I'm here to do my creative year, and this month it is color is the main theme, and this week's prompt is the color red. So I've taken different shades of red or hues. Okay, shades, hue really means color, but I'm taking different shades of red, and I'm going to be using different acrylic paints as well as some acrylic inks in different red tones. And yeah, so but before I do the wet media part, I'm going to go ahead and glue on some papers in my background first, and I'm going to use some different washi tapes that have reds in them. So I hope that you will enjoy my process, and don't forget, if you haven't done already, to go out check out the Facebook group My Creative Year 2018, and I will post a link down at the bottom in the description box below. And without further ado, I'm going to get started. Alright, so I'm going to use the fluorescent True Red acrylic paint for my background. And what I like about fluorescents is they're translucent or transparent, and so you can see what's going on in the background. So that's why I like this. Alright, so now I'm just going to use the different washi tapes on here. Alright, so now I'm going to use some Pyrrole Red acrylics paint to use a stencil here that I have. Alright, so next I'm going to take some of the De La Rani FW Pearlescent acrylic, and it's got some metallic sheen to it, okay? So it may not be picked up by the camera, but I'm going to go ahead and make some drips. I love making drippy drippies. They're fun. And it just adds kind of some cool effects to the page. And then I'm going to do the same with these others. So I'm going to use some of the Bombay Bright Red India ink by Dr. Paige Martins. Then I'm going to take some of the Naphtha Crimson by Liquitex, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add some drips. Alright, so I had these dry, my ink dry, and so now I've got these crayons that well, they are crayons. I've melted a bunch of crayons down to create these hearts. I used some silicone molds, baking molds that you can put into your oven and bake them, usually for food or for like cupcakes or whatever, or chocolate or whatever to create these, but instead I did crayons. I had a bunch of leftover crayons from my teaching days, and I had a mold, and so I went ahead and had basically broke up a bunch of crayons and mixed them together, you know, in the mold, and then baked them to melt them, and they melted into these really cool heart-like crayons, which you could color with them, draw with them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these in a second. And they're not going to glue down real well, and I'm not too concerned because you will see why. What I mean by that. I just kind of want to rearrange these a little bit differently. Right about there. All right. So I'm going to use my heat gun, and I'm going to melt these into my paper. Alright, so I'm going to let these dry back up after I've melted them. I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll be back in a few for the next step. Alright, so my hearts have melted, and so now I'm going to add some other little things here and enjoy the rest of my process as I put things together. I created this little embellishment. The glue is still drying, but it dries clear, so I'm not concerned about it. And I did this inside a bottle cap. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on, and probably glue a saying or something on this. And all right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this on, and the word red. All right. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed my take on the color red for this week. And yes, the white of the glue will dry and fade over time, and so I'm not too worried about it at the moment, but stay tuned at the end of this video to see a closer view of this red page. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.